Hello everyone, welcome to a new video at Fritteusen Profi. Today we're not talking about air fryers. Don't worry, fans of fries will still be satisfied. More on that later. Today I've prepared an equally exciting video for you. I'm testing the Ninja Woodfire and comparing it to my Weber gas grill. That's why I'm in an unusual setting today, my garden. The Woodfire is essentially an electric grill, but what sets it apart is that you can add a charcoal flavor using pellets. I'm really curious to see how close we can get to the classic grilling experience, and whether the Woodfire with its smoker box can actually outperform a gas grill. Many of you might be interested in this too, especially when summer finally arrives here. Fingers crossed. If you want to know how good the Ninja Woodfire really is, and whether it can keep up with a well-known gas grill brand, then you're in the right place. And for the air fryer fans, I'll also test fries with the charcoal aroma. Yes, you absolutely heard that right, fries with charcoal aroma. If that doesn't sound like an exciting new taste experience, you will find the product links as usual in the description and the comments. Both devices are currently on par price-wise. And if you have a Woodfire or are planning to buy one, we've linked a nice, affordable and comprehensive recipe book for you. A book is definitely essential. We've got a busy day, so let's jump in. Grab a cool drink, sit back and enjoy the show. Here we go. I've now unpacked this thing and we'll take a closer look at its contents in just a second. Before that, a few details about the Woodfire. So there are two versions. One is the classic Woodfire, which we have here, and a Pro version. The Pro version has 30% more capacity and an integrated thermometer. You stick it into the steak, click on medium or well done, and the meat will be done without you having to set anything yourself, cooked accordingly. This is called the Smart Cook function. But you'll pay about $60 to $70 more for that. Whether it's worth it remains to be seen. But what makes these Ninja Woodfire devices so special? It's simply the versatility, or rather flexibility, especially for people who have a balcony or a small patio and don't want to miss out on a real grilling experience. Or perhaps for folks who find the task of lighting and dousing a charcoal grill too much effort and still wish to enjoy that tasty charcoal flavor. The Ninja Woodfire not only grills but can also be used as a smoker box, or even as an air fryer, which is made clear by the fans you can see right here. Multi-talent, I tell you. Now let's take a look at what we have here. Classic paperwork, a manual and a recipe book, although there are really very few recipes in it. I'll link a proper recipe book in the video description. In terms of price-performance ratio, this was the best for me on Amazon. Then we have a grill plate with dimensions 27 by 36. And the grooves here are meant to create those popular grill marks. A frying basket for air frying, you simply place it on the grill plate. And for smoking, we included two types of pellets, one with a more intense and one with a milder note. To ensure we can fill the smoker, a measuring cup for the pellets was also provided. As per Ninja's recommendation, it's advised to use only their own brand of pellets. However, plenty of people have tested other retail pellets, and everything has worked out perfectly fine. Structure and design. The Woodfire is practically ready to use as soon as it is delivered. You just need to attach the two handles on the side, but you also have the appropriate key provided. It's very easy to use. Being a 3-in-1 device, grill, air fryer and smoker box, it naturally has three heating elements. One is positioned under the grill plate, another one is located behind the fan, and there's even one in the pellet box to ensure the aroma pellets get thoroughly heated. So many heating elements naturally require safety measures. This was regulated in 3 points. Let's begin with the plug. After it's inserted, you'll need to press reset for the circuit to be closed. Then we have a power switch located at the back of the device. And finally, underneath the grill plate, there is a safety fuse. If the grill plate is not above the heating element, the flow of electricity is also interrupted. Safety first. Then we have a fat outlet at the back of the grill plate. Hear this hole. Any discharge, of course, also needs a drip tray that sits directly underneath. Push from behind. And no one wants a greasy mess in the garden, right? Otherwise, at the back, we have a practical cable winder. It's not visible at the moment, but you can also clearly spot it here on the box. And from up here, the air is sucked in for the hot air function. Plus, there are additional accessories available that you can purchase directly. Was smartly depicted right here on the packaging itself. You should definitely be able to see that. Not necessarily needed, but definitely interesting for individual situations. I'll try it out at another time. Next, I'd like to show you once more and demonstrate how the operation works. We've got a knob here. One for smoking. That's what the smoker box is for, of course. We simply pack pellets for that. In the measurement breaker. And in the box. As soon as we press the Woodfire flavor or smoking button here, the heating element behind the pellet box is activated and the pellets start to smolder for 45 to 60 minutes. Sounds like magic, right? The next feature is the grill. There's an automatic preheat function, and once the temperature is reached, the device tells us to add food. No temperature display in the traditional sense, but you can choose between low, medium, and high. And select high. Yet I would still like to know the exact degree it preheats to. So, if you're like me and sometimes unsure about choosing the temperature, it's made easy here. Then we also have the air fryer, which can even be set to a temperature of 240 degrees. I've read several good reviews recently, but we'll go ahead and try making some fries again shortly. The frying basket is also included. You just place it on the grill plate, so that the air circulates from below as well. And that's not everything yet. You can also make use of the device to fry, bake, dehydrate food, and even to reheat your meals. I find drying particularly interesting, because anyone who has ever dried onions or other strong-smelling vegetables knows what kind of odor development that has. With the wood fire, you can easily do it on the balcony or terrace, and the kitchen stays untouched. So now you know how to operate the Ninja Woodfire. Pretty versatile, right? Let's keep our fingers crossed that the cooking results are indeed accurate. Now let's watch it in action. So dear grill enthusiasts, the practical test can begin shortly. We'll preheat both devices first and also get the pellets glowing, so they can start smoking right away when we begin grilling. Now add a bit of pepper and salt. You can choose to do it either before or after grilling, I know, but we've made the decision to infuse the flavor right from the beginning. So, after 5 minutes, the Ninja Grill would be ready. It says add food, it's preheated. The Weber grill is just above 2400. I'd like to let it go a little higher. When it comes to preheating, the Ninja Woodfire really takes the lead. Let's place the steaks on now. First Woodfire. Well, I really think you can definitely tell that one is a bit thicker. You might need to take that into account for the cooking time. Oh, that's sizzling nicely. And quickly put the lid back on. We're doing the exact same thing here. We're currently preheated to 420 degrees. Steak on it. And close the lid again. We're doing both steaks for 3 minutes per side. So after 6 minutes, we look at the result. The core temperature measurement showed that this piece of meat is already thoroughly cooked. So we haven't fully completed the entirety of the second 3 minutes yet. First, for 3 minutes, and then a little over 2.5. Ninja, all finished. I'm going to turn it off right here. Has the official time for the Weber grill ended now? Let's take a closer look at the meat. Looks pretty good already, but as you can see from the in-between section here, it's still very medium inside, not done yet. I'll just measure the temperature quickly again. It was clear it would take a bit longer because it's a thicker piece. We are still here. Moving further to the edge. Here we have now 49, 50 degrees. All right, let's give it another minute to a minute and a half, and then that should be good. Let's go ahead and carefully remove the piece of delicious meat from the Weber grill now. That took a bit longer now. There are 2 reasons for that. First, we didn't quite preheat it to 300 degrees, as I had originally planned. And on the other side, the piece of meat here is actually just a bit thicker than that. But let's take a look at the results now. I'll cut this open here. Start with the Ninja. It's weighted ages. Wow. Great. And here we're also cutting straight through the middle. That's likely a little more on the pinkish side. Oh yes, indeed still fairly red in the center, still noticeably bloody at this stage. I'll cut off this small piece at the edge here. It was a bit thinner. And the large piece, well, if you don't like it bloody, you might want to put the meat back on for a bit. Let's give him 2 more minutes. And after waiting an additional 2 minutes, the Weber grill is finally ready. Took a bit longer, but I'll just hold it up here for the camera. Very nice result. Salt and pepper, they already had. Now let's add a bit of herb butter. And then I'm afraid you'll unfortunately be required to accompany me for the delightful tasting. I'll get a little closer. I'll sit right here. Let's make a nice cross-section through the edge and center. Let's save all the emotional outbursts for later, but it's very tasty. In my opinion, it also tastes perfectly like grill. It doesn't have the typical charcoal aroma because it's grilled on gas. But now let's get to the wood fire. Also very nice. The meat turned out to be softer, perhaps due to the thickness of the slice or the total cooking time. I'll grab another piece from the middle. It might be less firm. Yes, I do believe it seems softer now. It is very nice indeed. However, I have to admit that I am really not detecting much of the wood smoke aroma at all. Could be because, of course, pepper, salt, herbs, butter, that sort of covers it a bit. But could be a bit stronger for my taste. Of course, the grill grate from the Ninja Woodfire also makes beautiful grill marks. So for someone who doesn't want to fire up a grill on the balcony, which you're usually not allowed to do anyway, this is a very satisfying result, quite decent. Now you're getting the complete grilling experience here, and as promised, you'll still get the charcoal option again. Flavor-infused fries. In order to do that, I will now proceed to open the lid, pour the fries into the designated basket. Let's get everything in. It's big, we have space here, so they don't stack up too much. They spread out nicely. So, here we go. So now the Ninja Woodfire has surprised me. After 10 minutes, it says flip. It seems to indicate that now would be the perfect time for me to flip the fries over. Shaking it is quite difficult because this thing doesn't have a handle. So I'll just take the tongs, the handy grill tongs, you know, and just move it around a little bit more thoroughly so the ones at the bottom can come up to the top. So let's see what it brings. And another 10 minutes, or rather just 9. The fries should be done, and I really enjoy taking a look. If only you knew how it smells here. It's simply amazing. So, how do we manage this now? Perhaps with a piece of paper. Initially, I found myself a bit unprepared, but it turns out this approach works well. Let's take a closer look at what's happening here now. Definitely done, crispy on the outside and soft on the inside. I know I say that each and every time I make these, but that's just how it tends to be. The fries were already a bit pre-seasoned, barbecue style. But what I'm tasting here right at this moment is definitely a notable smoky flavor. Amazing. Maybe I can taste it here. In the fries a bit more than in the steak, because I simply didn't expect it here. Unusual taste, but very delicious. So, or maybe it was the steak that was affected because the pellets weren't smoked enough yet. I definitely taste a much stronger smoky flavor in the fries than in the earlier steaks. And I must say, I'd give it 9 out of 10 points because it's an air fryer. However, this really is the best result for air fryer fries that I've had yet. A little interim conclusion, I have to say, I am very satisfied with the grilling results. The Weber grill was just a little bit better. Otherwise, great result. What completely blew my socks off were the fries, which had an amazingly smoky taste. Incredible. Still can't believe it. I'll finish the plate soon. As I mentioned, these are the best air-fried fry results I've had so far. As I mentioned, the steaks wouldn't be quite as good as on the Weber grill, but definitely much better than in the air fryer. No comparison. Very satisfied. Then let's move on to cleaning. So as I mentioned, the grill plate and the basket are non-stick coated. Essentially, Ninja says we shouldn't throw the whole thing in the dishwasher, but many others have apparently been able to clean it in the dishwasher without any issues. So it shouldn't really be a problem. There's just a chance that the non-stick coating could potentially suffer from it. That's why I wouldn't do it too often. A little bit of manual work doesn't hurt either, so usually the dishwasher, but if there's not too much dirt, just quickly wipe it by hand. Dish soap, warm water, soft sponge, and you're all set for the next grilling session. Now let's move on to the conclusion. Can I recommend the Ninja Woodfire? Well, if you're not an absolute grill purist, and you also have a balcony or a terrace, then the Ninja Woodfire is definitely the right choice for you. You've got a 3-in-1 device here. You can smoke, grill, bake with it. Or just air fry, which the Weber grill can't do, for example. Moreover, you can take it on camping trips or outdoor excursions and quickly set it up using power. Overall, I'd highly recommend it for families of 3 or more. It's so versatile that my Weber grill may take a break occasionally. The most important question was, how does it perform compared to other grills in practical tests, especially with the grass grill? The impressive results. Juicy meat, fries were crispy, and the aroma was simply superb. The smoking really gave it a unique note. However, I still have some criticisms. I thought the grilling area was a bit on the small side, and the height is somewhat limited because of the fan located at the top. Additionally, I would have liked a feature to grill more freely without needing to use a timer. That would get a bit closer to a real grilling result. You can find the product links, as always, in the video description and in the comments. Feel free to join our Facebook group, and don't forget to subscribe to our channel or give a like if you enjoyed watching the content. Until we meet next time, be sure to stay crispy.